And now, from Glasgow.
So welcome to stages, I forgot the stage number, 16 and 17. This is the lower body structure, and the pieces that we get in issue 16, we get this very solid ABS plastic lower body structure, and then we get a body structure junction plate, and then we get 3 PTP screws. We seem to be using those quite a lot. Right, so simple issue this week, or this issue, and there is a reason why I've put these two together. And in the last video I said, oh, they do something very annoying, and we have been working on the head and now we're working on the lower body structure, so we're actually going to be working in 2 areas, and I guess we're going to bring them together, which I do find slightly annoying, but there you go, trust the process. Right, so we need to take part 1 lower body structure, and we are looking for 3 holes. 1, 2, 3. It's hard to see because it's all black, but if you're looking at it, this piece on the right is pointing upwards, and then this plate is going to go underneath like that, and it's going to line up with those holes. Now I'm going to suggest that when we pop the screws in, we go for the middle screw first, and a bit of a catchphrase of mine, we're going to put this in almost, well, you can put it in just a little bit if you want. So that's going to give us a pivot point, and that will help us line up our next 2 screws. So you'll see you've got the hole there and you've got a hole there. You need to line those up, and then that can go in, and we only need to put that in a little bit, like so, and we'll just pretend I've screwed that up fully. In fact, it's actually gone in at an angle, which I'm not too best pleased with. Right, so we'll pretend that's gone in fully, and then we can line our 3rd one in, like so. That one's gone in very nicely, and we can pop that one in, no problems, and as if by magic, it's complete. So that is the screws fully inserted. Now, I do have a little bit of confidence with this. Those were rather long screws, rather hard work, but this is the lower body structure. This is going to take the weight of the entire ET. Don't know how much he's going to weigh, but I don't own many part works that don't weigh much. So the fact that you've got a metal plate joining two bits, and the fact it's got long screws with metal plates on it does fill me with a bit of confidence. So on to stage 17, and we are going to do practically the same again, but with the addition of 1 extra piece. So stage 17, we have got the lower body structure, which to the untrained eye will probably look, it looks the same as the last one, but these 2 nubbles are the other way round. In addition, we have got these 2 extra plates, body structure junction plates times 2. These are, as you can guess, actually plastic. No, they're metal. They are metal. And we have got a lot of screws. So if those 3 screws wore you out in the previous issue, oh, actually we've got 2 lots of screws. We've got PTPB, and then we've got PTB, which seems odd. They look the same screws, they're almost described the same, but we will treat them as different screws because the magazine asks us to. So what we are going to do, we're going to turn our piece from last week over 90 degrees, and I think you can see this coming. We are going to insert this piece in there like that to make one bigger piece, and then we are going to use our PTP, not our PTP, Papa Tango Papa, and we are going to, exactly the same as the previous issue, we're going to screw those 3 screws into there like so, and just like a little bit earlier on, I'm going to do a cut, because I personally think watching someone screw screws in with a screwdriver is about as dull as dishwater. So they go in there, and I'll show you this in a second. Okay, so that's those screws in, and now I can't figure out which one is this issue and which one is the previous issue, which is good. And between the shape of this and that metal plate on there, that is extremely strong. However, they're not finished with us yet. We now have to take our metal plates, and although it's showing you, I don't think it matters which way round it goes. You'll see you've got 4 screw holes there, and you've got 4 screw holes there. And what we are going to do is we're going to take our metal plates on the side, and with our PTP B screws, see, the only thing about this is that they don't tell us lengths, widths, anything like that. Now the way I'm going to pop the first one is I'm going to put the screw into the actual plate, and then whatever angle I want, I'm just going to bring that in like that, and then I can, now this is actually pretty difficult, guys. Maybe actually, rather than do the end ones, maybe we should do the middle ones. That gives us a little bit more to grab onto the actual plate. And I would suggest that once you've got the first one started, you should be home and dry then. These holes aren't actually, they aren't actually solid holes, which makes them extremely difficult. So if you look there, the holes are cut away a little bit. I wish I had a smaller screwdriver, and I would actually, no, I don't think it'll make a difference. So persevere, guys. Get that screw in. Once you get the screw started, because you are screwing into very, very hard plastic, it is going to be difficult to start. But I've managed to get this one started, and that is actually in as full as it will go. Okay, so once I've done that, I'm going to do the next inner screw, and this will be easier because it's being supported by the metal plate. And yes, that was far easier. And then I'll drill that one in. Drill that one in, is that the right term? There we go, that's in. Right guys, so for the purposes of video, let's just pretend I've put those 2 screws in there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn it around, and we are going to do the same on the other side. I'm going to take my metal plate, I'm going to pop my screw in, and then holding it in place, I can screw that in. And we're anticipating that this first one is going to be tricky, but once it goes in, it really is a piece of cake. There we go, that one's in lovely. And we're going to take our, in this particular part, 2nd screw, but our 4th screw so far on the plates. I can pop that one in there, and then we'll do the outer 2 screws. But again, the duller dishwater theory, I'm going to do that in a second. So I'll see you in quite literally a second. Okay, so I have just put the other 2 screws in on the outside, and that's given that a lot of strength. And I'm not going to put this to the test to see how strong it is, but rest assured that is extremely strong. So I am now confident that no matter how heavy ET is, I can't imagine him being super heavy, but there is going to be a lot of gizmos and gadgets going on, and I believe that's going to hold the weight. Right guys, so that is the end of issue 1617. It is one of those issues that's more function rather than attractiveness. It doesn't look that pretty, but we know it's going to do its job very well. Next video will be a double issue again, and we are going to start work on his legs. And brace yourself, guys, because next week, you know that when I mention E.T. and his legs, you know that one of the oldest jokes in the universe is going to come out. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.